Are you actually going to benefit, and are you wasting your money buying the Whoop 4.0 while you're injured? Now, from a lot of recommendation across the internet, I bought this device when I snapped my leg playing rugby, which if you already watch this channel, you probably heard that line about 400 million times. My goal is to get recovered as quick as possible, and I think the Whoop 4.0 is the way to do it for not much money at all. From the outside, you're getting an incredible fitness wearable, and you're recovering incredibly quickly. So when I got the Whoop 4.0, it was nicely packaged, and I enjoyed setting it up and actually learning more about how it could benefit me. I was particularly interested in the way that it could improve my sleep, but also the way it tracks my calories, because I wanted to make sure I was losing weight while not sacrificing the calories needed to heal my broken bones. I must admit, it has massively helped me improve my sleep. Well, sort of. So the first few nights I tried the Whoop, I basically got terrible sleep, and this sleep was not only not a lot of it, but also the quality was pretty rubbish. Now, whilst I had the Whoop band, I basically increased my sleep by about 3 hours per night, but the actual quality of my sleep has not increased. I've tried getting a bigger pillow to limit my movement during the sleep, I've tried taping my mouth shut, and if I'm honest, I've also worn a sleep mask, and nothing's worked. So I think I've got a lot more things to try. Let me know down in the comments if you have any sleep advice for recovery. I also started reading a book before bed, and particularly the book that I was reading is Diary of a CEO, 33 Laws in Business and Life. Great book, by the way, but once again, did not help me get to sleep. Not because of the book, but anyway. Now, the way this device charges is also really cool. You never have to take it off your wrist, and all you got to do is slot on the charging pod and away you go. The actual device itself lasts about 2.5-3 days, which was more than enough for me to focus on getting the recovery done. Quickly, I will mention the pricing is a bit weird. Make sure you do your research on pricing, because there's quite a few different ways you can actually get the Whoop, and you want to make sure you're getting best value for money. Now, I've used other wearables like a Fitbit and the Samsung Galaxy Watch, and I can confirm that this is the best way to track your calories, the most accurate way of tracking your calories, which is a massive bonus. If you're like me and wanting to lose weight, then particularly this is going to be an important metric for you to measure. Along with the Whoop app to see how many calories I burn, I use the MyFitnessPal app to track my calories consumed. Unfortunately, these two apps don't integrate yet. However, that's how I've been doing it for the last 30 days. Now, I do think it's pretty cool the way that it tells you your recovery, but also your strain on a day-to-day basis. So when I was doing my workouts in my room, which was tracking my calories, it actually tells me the strain I was putting on my body, and it gave me a little part, a little optimal section to aim for. So if you've had a good night's sleep and you've recovered well, then it will push you to try and hit a higher level of strain. Now, this is all well and good. However, there's no way of actually putting in that you've got an injury. So I was never ever going to be able to reach my strain goal for the day, because all I could do was a bit of dumbbell, upper body, weights, movement. Now, I hate wasting money, especially when it's technology that doesn't actually work. Now, if you've been watching a few videos on the Whoop 4.0, then you will know it's a little bit hit and miss. Hear me out. There's been many nights where I felt I've slept really well, and therefore my recovery should be pretty high. However, when I've opened my Whoop app in the morning, it's told me I've had a night's sleep, and that is quite demotivating. You know, you wake up feeling really good, you go and get a coffee, and you sort of start your day, look at your app, and it's just like... Another thing I'm not a fan of is there's not loads and loads of content from Whoop themselves suggesting how to improve things like your recovery, your sleep, and your strain. There's very basic videos that don't give you loads of information or advice, so I'd be conscious about that. Obviously, there's loads of content online that will help you with this, but I feel like you want to hear it from the manufacturer of the band itself, especially when they're the ones taking your money. So will I be keeping the Whoop 4.0? No. Now, using the Whoop for 30 days, I already know how many calories I burn in a workout and how many calories I burn in a day on average. So I already know how to calculate that against my food consumed. But also, it's not really in my budget at the minute. If you have a lot of surplus cash lying about, this could be a good device for you. But if you either need to save up for it, or you just sort of not got a lot of free cash going around, I know there's a lot of people who don't bother getting it. Instead, do some research on how to track calories yourself without a wearable fitness device that you don't need,